2, 3. Yo, shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Mr. Shalom, family.
God. Hold on 1 second.
Because while I was at work, my son cleaned my house up. He cleaned up. I ain't got too much to do.
What's going on, man? A
No.
little instrumental real quick.
Right, that's what
You know what I'm saying?
because he didn't have stuff. So he
First and
got
foremost,
that was it.
the water for gathering together. You know, sharing your time, your precious time.
Don't do
And then the Most High, man.
it's so bad. I ain't
Coming
gonna
with the prophets of God. Hey, coming with the prophets of God. You'll be up late. You understand? AOC Chicago in the building. You understand? I know, right? Now, that's the Ariah in the building. That's the Barack in the building. We got another good one for y'all tonight. Another good one for y'all tonight. We're talking about the Canaanite woman. Danny Longwolf brought it up. We're going to bring that thing out. But we're going to do it. We're going to build up to it. We'll build up to it, you know, and, we're working with it. Let me start my screen real quick. Start my screen real quick. All right, first and foremost, we give honor and praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah. The water for gathering us here together on your Friday Shabbat, the ushering in of the Shabbat. And just once again, thank you for your donation of time. I really appreciate you. So, we're going to be talking about what Christ was doing, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We know him as Yahweh Shai in the Paleo Hebrew, in the ancient Hebrew. So first, we're just going to build up slowly. We're going to build up slowly. We're going to get to the Canaanite woman, and then we're going to go and bring it all together. Okay? We're going to bring it all together. Just for some context, at the end of the class, last Friday, because you know me, I'm about my people, I'm for my people. Everybody else can come last. Now, I don't want to give it the class away, but at the same time, there is a structure and an order when it comes to these nations, and how we operate with them. And then we'll explain itself. Salakia. But anyway, get Matthews 1 and 21, and let's see what the mission was all about in the beginning. Before we even get to the Canaanite woman, before we even get there, we're going to go on a journey. So Matthew 1 and 21.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins.
Save who?
He shall save his people from their sins.
Save his people, that's possessive. So he belongs to a certain people, right? As you read in Hebrews, the 7th chapter, we know that he sprang out the tribe of Judah, and he's a Judite. He's got the lineage of King David. He's got the lineage of Solomon, King Solomon. All right, and that's also in the first chapter when they go through the genealogy. We understand that. Okay, so first and foremost, the mission is to save his people. Before we even get to the Canaanite woman. Okay, so back where we were. Let's go to Matthew 3 and 5. Matthew's 3 and 5.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 3, verse 5. Then went out to him Jerusalem and all Judea and all the region round about Jordan.
So it says here that he went out to Jerusalem and all Judea and all the region about Jordan. And that's got nothing to do with these other nations. Now, Galilee, as we're going to find out, that's in the most northern part. That's by Greco Rome. And that's where a lot of them hang out by, is by the northern kingdom. Okay. So check this out. Let's get Matthew 4 and 15. So he said that he's going to save his people. And then instantly in 2 chapters, so we got the first chapter, then the third chapter is that he's finna go out to just the Israelites, right? 4 and 15.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 15.
Okay.
The land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles.
Right. So the land of Zebulon and the land of Nephthalim, they got a different mix of people up in there. Okay. They got different groups of people up in that northern area. Okay. And what we're going to hear about that is that this Canaanite woman was Syro-Phoenician. She was Syrian and Phoenician. She may have had some ancient Philistinian blood up in her. But in times of war, people migrate. So in this case, her ancestors from before had migrated. You can't get the Syria-Phoenician without some type of migration. So there had to be some type of movement going on, and it's usually during war. When people move in mass is during a time of war. And we see that too with the Syrian refugees, right? They had a time of war. They're still going through it right now. And they move in mass and they move to a different location. They move to look at the Ukrainians, right? You could say Syro-Phoenician, you could say nowadays in 2025 or in 2024, the Ukrainians got displaced, and now they're American Ukrainian, and thus of the nature, right? So there's a lot of people up in here in the Northern Kingdom. Okay, not just Israelites, but Gentiles, meaning other nations of people. Okay, Goy, if you will, in the modern Hebrew. Get Matthew 4 and 13. Read a couple things up and see what you got.
Now leaving Nazareth, he came and dwelt in Capernaum, which is upon the sea coast, in the borders of Zebulun and Naphtali.
Right. So he's just all up in there, isn't he? He's all up in there. We didn't get to the Canaanite woman yet, but he's doing the works. He's doing the works, and we're going to see, but he's all about his people right here, because he came to what? To save his people in the 21st chapter. And that seems to be the mission. That seems to be the mission. Okay. 4 and 18. We'll see what's happening here.
And Jesus, walking by the sea of Galilee, saw 2 brethren, Simon and Peter.
Wait, hold on. He saw 2 brethren. That means he saw 2 brothers, 2 men of his same tribe, of his same nation. All right. And what do you do?
He saw.
But actually, that's really it on that, right? Because we know that he gets them to come along, right? They're going to be fishermen. They're going to be fishers of men. But I wanted to get that they were brethren, and he's walking around finding his 12, and his 12 are going to be of his same nation, and that's before the Canaanite woman. That's before, okay? Even if it was after, it would be the same effect. It would be the same effect. Skip down to 23. Skip down to 23.
Verse 23. And Jesus and Yahushua went about all Galilee, teaching
Okay.
in their synagogues, and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people.
Now, which people are they? Galileans. Galileans. But we just said, oh, it's Galilee of the Gentiles. But where was he at? He was teaching in the synagogues. Okay, read that one more time.
From the top.
Yeah,
And Yahushua went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues.
right. So he's teaching in their synagogues. All right, teaching in their synagogues. He's all around. He's leaving Nazareth. He's dwelling in Capernaum. Right, he's going beyond the Jordan, in the region all around the Jordan, which is that West Bank area. The Sea of Galilee is right there. All right. So-called Syria is right there. Lebanon is right over there to the coast. Phoenicia, right over there to the coast. Tyron, Said, right over there along the coast. Man, he'll go there too. He'll go there too, but it's not going to be at the same effect. But what I'm trying to get to you is before we even get to that Canaanite woman and what he did, what was he doing? He was for his people first. Okay. Matthew's 5 and 43. We got to get context. We got to get context. Matthew 5 and 43.
Ye have heard that it has been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemies.
So if he's going in the synagogues, if he's around the northern kingdom and he's saying love thy neighbor, does he mean love everybody? It's an open-ended question, but probably not going to mean that. It's probably going to be talking to that specific audience. So we're going to be talking to that specific audience. What we do as a people, we take the scripture and then say, love thy neighbor. Yeah, love that. Yeah, that person right there. My neighbor's right here. My neighbor's right here. My neighbor's right here. My neighbor's upstairs. No, it doesn't mean that. The neighbors are your same nation. Your people. Your people. Okay? That's dwelling in Capernaum, Nazareth, right? On the borders alongside of the beyond, along all around the region of Jordan. All right? Your people. Love thy neighbor, your people. Right? Matthew 6 and 5. Put this out there.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 5. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closets. Let me start that over. Matthew chapter 6, you said 6 verse 5, right?
Con.
Okay, my bad. So like I read verse 6. Matthew chapter 6, verse 5. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are,
Mm-hmm.
for they love to pray standing in synagogues
Mm-hmm.
and in the corners of the streets.
Right. So that lets you know, man, being seen of men doing all the things that you see these so-called Jews do in the Wailing Wall, that you see these so-called Muslims do, in mass all together in the public. You ain't supposed to do that because the blessings, they come in secret. Your worship should be in secret. It shouldn't be seen of men. The Most High is a God of the invisible, and what's invisible, man. When you have faith in the things that's not there, you understand you shouldn't be going out in public, man. You need to keep things in secret. The Most High works in mysterious ways. You should operate like that too, right? You shouldn't let the left hand know what the right hand's doing. You know, someone hears your prayers publicly, he kind of almost knows you personally. He might be able to usurp some of them things that you praying about publicly. You know, you can't trust men out here. It's dangerous. The water mother Bethia, yeah. What did you say? Shalom, Ariana. Good to see you here. All praises to the Most
Wow,
High.
Brother Messiah.
uh-huh. Uh-huh. What did it say? Let's get Matthew again. The sixth chapter.
Fifth verse.
Uh, I'm gonna go up a little bit. It's 32, but I want to go up a couple more and see what we got.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see what we got. Hold on one second. Let me get there. Yeah, Matthew 6. And let's see where we're going at. Let's see where we're going. Right. So let's start. Let's start from 28. Let's go from 28. Oh, let's see here. Let's start 25 and then let's go to 32.
Okay. Matthew chapter 6, verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than the master? Let me start that one over.
Go on.
What ye shall put on is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment.
Right. So what that's saying is that we don't got to worry about the day-to-day things, right? Because in 6 and 33, one of my favorites is seek the kingdom of God, and everything's going to be added on to you. Okay. But when we talk about these multitudes of people that we're going to be talking about in Mark 3 later on, these multitudes of people, they're really going to be coming for that one thing, you know, for the meat, for the raiment, you know. That's why they're going to be gathering, man. They're going to, and that's how people do. These other nations do. When Ariah get on, you know, when brothers get on, right? You got the whole world coming at you. You got the whole world coming at you, thinking about what they're going to do for you. They want to live a certain lifestyle. That's why they with you. They're not with you because of the Most High doing all these things for you. They're with you because of the end result. 32.
Verse 32. For all these things do the Gentiles seek.
Yes, so they seek these things, man. They seek these mundane things, man, because they don't really, you know, they're not operating with that spirit of faith.
For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need for all these things.
Come. Now let's bring it together. Let's see here. Should we go? Let's go to Matthew 2 real quick. 2 and 13. 2 and 13.
Matthew
Matthew.
chapter.
Hmm?
Salakia. You ready?
No, you good.
Okay. Matthew chapter 2, verse 13. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise and take this young child and his mother and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring the word, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him.
Now Herod, the tetrarch, that was a ruler of Rome that was set over a particular province of Judea. Okay. And they all had their little slices of the kingdom. But you had white men essentially ruling over these people. And that's why you had it where he said that he fled into Egypt. And the angel told him to flee into Egypt. Why would he flee into Egypt? Because it's a white man looking for a black man. And if you fled and you go into Egypt, there's going to be a whole bunch of other dark skinned black men too. So it's going to be hard for you to differentiate. You already can't tell us apart anyway. so, so Haran was going to have some trouble of finding the Messiah and the Savior of Israel, one nation under God, indivisible. You understand? So that's what that is. That's what that is right there. Because one of the Egyptians dark skinned too. So we had to hide amongst people that had his same complexion. But
The
here we
most
are trying to save the white man, but the white man is trying to kill the savior. Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to me. Okay. So let's get into the meat of these. Let's get into the meat of this thing right here. I'm gonna pull it up too. Give Mark 3. Give Mark 3. And I'm gonna go there with you too.
Okay, I got Mark 3.
All right. I'm gonna go there with you too, right? So let's see where we're gonna start. Start at do verse 7 and 8 real quick.
Okay. Mark chapter 3, verse 7. But Yahushua withdrew himself with his disciples to the sea. And a
Okay, I
great
want you to
multitude.
okay with his hold on with his disciples from the sea. I want you to remember that. So he's with his disciples, and a great what happens?
Multitude from Galilee followed him, and from Judea,
And
from Jerusalem,
and
from Idumea,
and
from beyond Jordan.
okay, and then what happened?
They and they about Tyre and Sidon, a
And they
great,
about Tyre and Sidon, and
a
what was that?
great, a great multitude.
So it's probably about 10,000 people,
Sheesh.
give or take. That's a lot of people, man. Okay, that's a
Ooh-wee.
lot of people. Okay, and why did they show? Read that.
When they had heard what great things he did, came unto him.
So they was looking for a handout. Was they looking for a handout or not? They might have been looking for a handout. I mean, who wouldn't? Brothers is healing the blind and the sick. Hold on, my son's sick. Hold on, then you ain't talking about his God and how great his God is. Now, some people did, but in this instance, man, they want a piece of the gravy train. When a brother make it in sports or whatever, you gotta watch that white woman, man, because she gonna get right up on him, right? You gonna get right up on him because she wants that sustenance and that abundance. All right, she wants that sustenance and abundance too when the brother's blessed. Same thing with the so-called white man. When the sister's blessed, they want that sustenance and abundance. If that sister said, "Man, it's because of my God that I'm like this," I don't think he's gonna take heed to that. I don't think he even might even care. He just gonna care about the lifestyle. She just gonna care about the lifestyle, what it's giving you. You understand? And that means that your son gets healed. That means that demons get removed from you. Then so be it. What's the other verse? Okay. So we see a multitude coming from different nations and from Jerusalem. There is so-called there's Gentiles in there and there's Israelites in there in this certain multitude, right? All right. Now let's read verse 10.
Verse 10. For he had healed many, and so much.
So he had healed many. So even Idumeans, even from those from Tyre and Sidon, he healed a lot of these people. Okay, so and in so much,
And so much that they pressed upon him for 2 months. For to touch him, as many as had plagues.
Yeah. So they were, they're like, all right, we here, we gonna use you to uh, re, to resolve our plagues, man, to heal us from our wounds and our sicknesses, man. But there's a principle behind that, and we'll get to that too. Now, let's go. We're staying on 3, but now we're gonna go to 31. We're gonna go to 31, and then we're gonna read all the way down to 35. But I'm gonna pause you. So Mark 3 and 31.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 31. There came then his brethren and his mother,
Mm-hmm.
and standing without, sent unto him, calling him.
So now there was Jerusalem's in the crowd mixed with Idumeans and all these other nations, but his mom and his family come too that are Israelites. Okay. 32.
And the multitude states about him, and they said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren without seek for thee.
So these group of different nations of people, including the Israelites, they said that your mom and your brothers in this crowd looking for you. And then what do you say?
And he answered them, saying, Who is my mother or my brethren?
Now, very careful. Read 34. He's gonna show you who his mother and his brother is. With his mother and his brother in the crowd with the multitude of different nations, he's gonna show you right here what this thing is all about. 34.
And he looked round about on them.
So he
Which,
looked round about on the whole multitude of people. No, he looked round about on them, right? Sorry. He looked round about on them, which what?
which sate about him.
Now, stop right there. Let's read it again. Verse 7.
Verse 7. And Jesus and Yahushua withdraw himself with his disciples to the sea.
Right. So he was round about him was who? His disciples. We're going to get another account of this too. But he said, and he looked round about them, which said about him, and said, Behold, my mother and brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of God is the same as my mother, my brother, my sister, and my mother. Okay? So he's looking at his mother and his brother, and he's saying that the people that I got around me, okay, and said what? This is really my family, because they're doing the will of the Most High. They're doing the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. Now, hold on one second. Let's get in another account. 15, 21. Hands toward. So I guess, So let's get Matthews 12 and 49. So like it.
Matthew 12, verse 49. Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm in Mark. You said Matthew chapter 12, verse 49, right?
Let's start from 46. Different account, because remember Mark, Luke, John, Matthew. It's the same account, but it's different camera angles,
Okay.
right? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's different instances, and with each instance, you may get less or you may get a little bit more. You may get less or you may get a little bit more, right? It's just like with Genesis chapter 1. Chapter 2 is in detail of the creation, but chapter 1 is like a brief summary too. So you have to be very careful. You really have to read this like 3 words at a time because you can miss it. But let's go to 46.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 46. While he yet talked to the people,
What?
behold,
He talked to the multitude of different nations mixed in with Jerusalem. Go on.
behold, his mother and his brother stood without, desiring to speak with him.
So his mother and his brother and his family, his real family, still without, desiring to speak with him. And then what did he say in 47?
Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brother stand without, desiring to speak with thee.
So that's the multitude, one person. Okay, it's almost the same thing that we're reading in Mark, but it's going to be a little bit different this time. It's going to be a tad bit different. Read 48.
But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who is my brother?
So he said, who is my mother and who is my brother? And what did he do? Because it didn't really explain it, because he said that he talked to the people that sat around him. And y'all thought that he was talking to the multitude with Jerusalem that sat around him. Did you not? Right? In Mark 3, it's clear as day. You may think it's like that. And that with these multitude of different nations of people, like, these are my family. So you might think that the nations can really truly be saved. But what about in 49?
Verse 49. And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples.
So he stretched forth his hands towards his disciples. Okay. Mothers in the crowd. Brothers is in the crowd. White people is in the crowd. Okay. But he's saying, what?
Behold, my mother and my brethren.
For whosoever, what? In verse 50.
Verse 50. Slack.
Uh-huh.
For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
Now that's context. He's talking to his brother and his mother and saying that these disciples that I got from Galilee, that I got all around Judea, that I got from Israel, my disciples, they're my people. Okay. And whosoever shall do the will of my mother and father is he's saying that whosoever is in the tribe of Israel, really. Okay. We can bring that out in Acts and Joel and all that and all that stuff too. But for real, right here, man, he's really talking to his mother, his brother, and saying, nah, this is my mother and my brother now. So he's really not even talking to the multitude at this point. You know? Oh, the multitude of nations. He's talking to Jerusalem in them. And that's another reason why he had spoken those parables, man. Because only the real sheep, is going to be able to understand.
God.
You know what I'm saying? And when you're around a multitude of people, you know they don't know nothing. And you know that they're just seeking to get healed and they go about their business. They're just looking for a low come up like everybody else, and they're gonna go about their business, right? And this hold on, what is this? This is Matthew chapter 12.
Yep.
This is before the Canaanite. This is before the Canaanite woman in Matthew chapter 12. All right, because 15 is where it's at. All right, 15 is where it's at. Oh, let's go there. Let's go to Mark. Actually, let's go to Mark first, and then we'll go to Matthew.
Okay.
Mark 7. Yeah, Mark 7. Mark 7. Come. The water for being patient. Hopefully y'all enjoying the class. Hopefully y'all getting edified. I'm not gonna look at the chat right now, but I will look at it a little bit later. I'm just answering the brother as best as I can through the Holy Spirit that I've been bestowed with. All praises to the Most High. Mark, right? Chapter 7. Okay.
That is right. All I know is this money is a blessing from God, and it's gonna be my ticket out of here.
Let's go to Mark 7 and 24.
So you don't have to do this.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 24. And from thence he arose and went into the borders of Tyre and Sidon.
So he went to the borders of Tyre and Sidon, the not-Israelite nations, read.
And entered into an house.
Uh-huh.
And would have no man know it.
I mean, my thing is, why wouldn't you want anybody to know that you're there? Aren't the people that aren't Tyre and Sidon your people? But he got too famous, though. You know, he couldn't rest. But he could not be hid, right?
Okay.
Now, let's get to her.
Verse 25. For a certain woman whose young daughter had unclean spirits heard of him, and he came. And came and fell at his feet.
So a certain woman, she had a daughter with an unclean spirit, okay, and heard of him. Heard of him how? He can fix stuff for you. He can solve your problems. It wasn't really about, you know, I want to be an Israelite too. It was like, no, you got something you have a service that you've proven to be very good at, and I want some of that. Okay, and that goes in today's world, man. If you got something good to offer, man, there's gonna be a whole bunch of people that's going to be on you to get that. And it's not really going to be about who's your God? Oh, the God, all praises to the God. No, they're not doing that. And can you hear my son? Can you remove any ailments from my children? Thank you so much. And they pack up and leave. Because that's what they do. What was it? Mark 7:26.
Con. The woman was Greek, a Syrophoenician by nation.
So she was Greek. Right? But she was Syrophoenician. So she was Syrian. She was a mix of things, right? Almost like this multitude was a mix of people. But she was Syrophoenician by nation, okay? But she was Greek though. So, but her nationality was different than a Greek. But still, nonetheless, she was a non-Israelite. Still, nonetheless, from my wisdom, she was a non-Israelite, okay? And you got no Israelite in there. It said Greek and Syro-Phoenician. You Greek, you Syrian, and Phoenician. And then one of them is actually what you are, and one of them is where you live. So let's see. In verse 20, because you said now he did this work for her, right? But we're gonna read later what was going on. Read Mark 7:27.
But Yahushua said unto her, let the children first be filled.
Right. So stop right there. He even said to her. So just like I would tell that little Asian girl that was hungry in the last class, my people are gonna eat first. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing evil about that. Because that's what Christ said too. There's an order to this thing. He said, what again? Let the children do what?
Be first be filled.
Last or first?
First be filled.
All right. All right. So we were first then. What's wrong with first place? I don't understand it. We can't deal with first place. But we will. For it is not what?
For it is not meet to take a children's bread and cast it unto dogs.
Damn. Called her a dog. Called a non-Israelite woman a dog, man. We're going to see that when he does different things for people of his nation, he's not using derogatory terms like this. Okay? He's not saying to the blind man that we're going to read. He's not saying to Timotheus all of this. He's saying, go, have faith. Be well, brother. He's not saying like, yeah, you know that you ain't supposed to be first, brother. Yeah, I might heal you, but you a dog, though. For real, for real. You understand? Like that's not happening. That's not happening when he's healing the blind and the sick, when he's journeying around his nation. Okay. But we're going to see here, he went to a different nation. And he didn't even want to be found. But because of his fame and because of the faith that she had, that he could heal, you know, he showed her mercy, man. He showed her mercy. That's a powerful thing, man. Because so-called white men don't show us no mercy. DEI hire. That's all you hear nowadays, man. So-called black men get hired. It's because of something. It's not because he's qualified. Right? No mercy, no empathy, The past is the past. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps. No empathy, no mercy. For us being created in the image of the Most High, we have empathy and we have mercy. The problem is with us is that we'll go ahead and give that Syrian, we'll go ahead and give the Canaanite woman the choicest slice of venison, and she'll get served first. She'll get the cut ahead of all the brothers and the sisters that's be waiting there, and she'll get served first, and that's foul, and that's wrong. Our people gotta understand that when you do for your people, that's godly. And just having and just you thinking that you're gonna get cookie points for giving some chump change out to a different nation, that ain't really cutting it with the Most High for real, for real. But that's what we think as a people, that we're gonna get some cookie points by including everybody else. But that's wrong. The children must first be filled. The children of Israel is gotta be filled first. Why would I cook a beautiful dinner that's really meant for my brother? That we planned this, and then I'm gonna give the best part of the dish to somebody that just came in randomly. That wasn't even a so-called black man. Come on, man. How's that gonna make my brother feel, man? Yeah, man. I got the plate, but a slice of meat's gone. It looked like the best part. Who'd you get that to? Yeah. I'm not more important than this random person. Because remember, love is an action word, man. And it's love to show your people, to give your people first priority, man. We've been last in this whole society, man. And we gotta still defer. We gotta still defer. We gotta wait till everybody else is fed before we feed each other. Come on, man. Let the children be first be filled, man. What is it? For it is not what?
For it is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it unto dogs.
Exactly. Exactly. Hold on 1 second. Exactly. Verse 28. What she said.
And she answered and said unto him, Yes, Lord. Yet the dogs let the dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs.
So she said, yet the dogs under the table still eat the children's crumbs. So it's that concept of first and last being first. Okay? Because these Romans and these Grecians, they feeding each other first. Okay? And these different nations of people, they going hungry, they starving, but guess who's coming? The Most High and His Son is coming. But they ain't doing nothing for you, girl. You Greek, you a whole Greek, and you talking about doing something for you. You know, can't you go to Caesar? Can't you go to one of the tetrarchs or one of the governors to come help you? Nah, because they're ruthless people, man. We could bust out the History Channel right now. Even white people are saying that these Romans were brutal. Okay, brutal people. Didn't give a damn about nobody. They lack empathy, man, and mercy. But our God and Yahweh, the Son of God, exemplifies mercy. Because we're supposed to be a light to these nations. But that doesn't mean when we go out and start cooning. That's what that don't mean, bro. That's what that don't mean. You just don't start going out cooning. It doesn't mean that you get to pop in the chat. But what about? Listen, man. Read Mark and 7 again. 7 and 27 again. But what about what? What about what Christ said? Read what Christ said. Man.
But Yahushua said unto her, let the children first be filled,
He said the children
for it's
first
not
be
meet
filled, and then what? He said the children,
for it's
let the children first be filled, man. There's an order to this thing,
God.
and there's a hierarchy. There's an order and a hierarchy, man. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with letting these different nations at the end of the line. Why do you think the drive-through? How do you think that came about? Y'all remember life. They had to what? They had to go outside to get that nigga pie. Huh? What do? They let you take it out back. Take out, nigga. That's what they did. That's what they did, man. And they let their people eat first, man. And this is just in the 1800s during the period of Reconstruction. But yet we still gotta choose them first, man. That's that slavery syndrome stuff, man. It's like you don't feel right unless the so-called white man get a piece of what you got. Still on that damn plantation. You know, I just feel some type of way about that, man. What's wrong with being first place? There's nothing wrong with it. There's
Definitely
nothing
not
wrong.
right. First place.
There's nothing wrong with it, bro. Because what have you seen people knock on your door talking about some? Hey, hey, we gonna do something for the neighborhood because we gonna pick you first. You know, so-called white man. We feel for y'all. We coming out here to the south side, west side. We finna build the suburbs in the city. Yeah, because our people got it. Our people got it. And they feel themselves, and they still feel themselves, and they don't cast it to us. They called us dogs too. We were less than dogs, actually, less than. Well, let me sign back in. But the theme of this is mercy, man. The theme of it is mercy. Let's get so we get Mark, right? Let's get Deuteronomy 4 and 6. Deuteronomy
Deuteronomy.
chapter 4 and verse 6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of nations, which hear all these statutes.
So the nations are going to hear all these statutes and say what?
And say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. All praises to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High. So that's the type of thing that Christ was doing, man. She's gonna go back and she's gonna look at her deities, her people, her God, and be like, man, this dude, Jesus from Nazareth, though, that's the real deal. And whoever his God is, that's a great nation. That's a wise God. And that's an understanding person. And when push comes to shove, I'm going to follow him and not what we got going on, because what we got going on is all lies. And I haven't seen a miracle from one of our people yet. And that's why we do things like that for the Canaanite woman. So they know what time it is. So they know who daddy really is. Abinawa Yahweh, to be exact. And that's why he's doing things like that. But that doesn't mean you just dedicate your whole ministry to just helping out non-Israelite people, non-black people, thinking that you're going to get some damn cookie points. That's not what that is. Did he call Did he call Timaeus a dog? Let's get that. Let's get Mark again in chapter 10. Chapter 10 and 46. I just want to see something. I just want to see. I just want to see if he called him a dog. I want to see if it was the same level as this. Yeah, Mark 10 and 46.
And they came to Jericho.
So they came to Jericho. Obviously, that's Israel. Read.
And as he went out of Jericho with his
So he's
disciples,
just leaving Jericho. He's just leaving, right? But what does he see? What does he find, right?
a great number of people,
So he finds a great number of people with his disciples. Who did he find?
blind Bartimaeus,
Bartimaeus.
Bartimaeus
I said Timaeus, but it was a typo. So blind Bartimaeus, right? The son of Timaeus was what?
sat by the highways side begging.
Yeah, he was begging, man. He was begging by the highways, man. But he was one of our people. And then what is he? What did he say? 47.
And when he heard that it was Yahushua of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, Yahushua, thou son of David, have mercy on me.
So just from there, you could understand that he knows what's going on. The Canaanite woman, she didn't call him the son of David. She didn't even say his title, Jesus of Nazareth. Two, she just heard of this dude, right? That could do miracles, but didn't really know. Wasn't very descriptive in Mark, in what we read as far as 15 goes, right? And in the latter. But you could see here that Timaeus, he knows what time it is, and he knows who he is. Is he in a lower state? Yeah, he's in a lower state. But watch this though. Keep reading. Keep reading all the way down to 52. I'll stop you.
And Yahushua stood still and commanded him to be called. And they called the blind man, saying unto him, Be of good comfort, rise, he calleth thee.
Okay. I didn't hear dog though. I didn't hear let the children be first fed at all. It was just kind of just supply and demand, cause and effect. It was just doing something for your brother, man. That's on the highway begging. It wasn't no, he wasn't treating them right. He said what he said, and Jesus stood still and commanded them to be called. And they called the blind man, saying on them, Be of good comfort, rise. And he called thee, right? What? Let's see. 51 and 52.
And Jesus and Yahushua answered and said
Mhm.
unto him, What wilt thou that I should do unto thee first? The blind man said unto him, Lord, that I might receive my sight.
So once again, I don't hear a dog. I don't hear anything about being first. I don't hear any of that type of talk here. He just asked him, brother, what do you want from me? What do you want me to do? I'm blind. You can you give me my sight back, Lord? And what did he say in 52?
And Yahushua said unto him, Go thy way, thy faith have made thy whole, have made thee whole.
Now, the Canaanite woman and Timaeus, they both had faith that when they saw him, he was gonna have a problem solved. Okay. That's for sure. And that's not a lie. But the thing is, he didn't give Timaeus the talk that he gave that Canaanite woman, though. Okay. And plus, he got a whole title. That's blind Bartimaeus, son of Timaeus, right? So blind Bartimaeus, Bartimaeus, right? So that he's talking about Bartimaeus, not Timaeus, right? But he's the son of Timaeus. So they even know his genealogy, okay? But they can't with the Canaanite woman. They can't break her down like that. They can't break her down like that. They're just saying that she's Greek and she's Syro-Phoenician. But we're talking about a lineage right here. This is a lineage. This is a lineage in Jericho, in the land, with yours truly, Hamashiach Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus Christ, who is Jesus of Nazareth, who's being recognized as the son of David by Bartimaeus. And he doesn't get any of the same talk as the Canaanite woman. All he said, go thy way, my brother. Have faith. Have faith that I made you whole. Okay? It's something, right? When you really look at how he's dealing with different people in that Canaanite. Well, what about the Canaanite? No. That was an act of mercy. That was an act of mercy. Because these Gentiles gonna follow us because we're the real righteous people. That's really the story. We do so much for just without the Bible. We do so much for so many other people but ourselves. We forgive everybody else but each other. Okay, we'll forgive everybody else but each other. We'll give to other people but each other. We won't give to that begging Negro in the hood, right? Because we think he's up to no good, and we're not going to give him nothing. But we see a banging so-called white woman, white man. Oh well, maybe you know, and that's how we are. That's how we are, man. We think our people don't deserve nothing, but we need a savior. We got enemies around about us. We got Psalms 83 all day. Someone's got to be for us. We can't just defer to our oppressor like that. That's the same oppressor, right? Not even with the Asian movement, man. We've been in captivity in all these nations. You understand? So let me bring out what Ammon was trying to do, trying to seduce us with his women, trying to curse Israel, okay, before they came through and claimed Canaanite as the land, before they inhabited the land. They had to go through all these nations of people that was blocking them from the blessing. And here we are using the Canaanite woman to block us from our blessing. We can't do that, man. She has her place, man. She has her place, but she last. We first. Well, she's last. We're first. Okay, that's it. That's it. The people in your family are first. Everybody outside that is last. That's it, man. That's really it right there. Uh Mark 4. Mark 4 and 12. Mark 4 and 12, my brother.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 4 and verse 12.
Mhm.
That seeing they see they Salakia. Mark chapter 4, verse 12. That seeing they may see
Mhm.
and not perceive, and hearing they may hear
Okay.
and not understand,
Mhm.
lest at any time they should be converted
Uh-oh. And they're what?
and their seeing and their sins should be forgiven them.
So anytime they should be converted, their sins should be forgiven. Who's allowed to sin? Those who's only given the law. We can go to Psalms 147 and 19. Judah was given the law. But let's go to Romans chapter 9, 1 through 4, so we can get a proper precept. Okay. Who is given the adoption? Because there is an order to this thing, man. There is an order. Christ came for his people. He was going around Galilee and all of that in Judea. Couldn't really even mess with Judea that much because they was trying to kill him. All right. But in all the accounts, he's going up and down, man. He's going up and down around the kingdom of Israel. Okay. And every now and then, he's healing other nations. Yeah, he's healing them. But he's treating them at the same time. You know? Saying, now listen, I came from my people first, okay? Now, before we get that though, let's see here. Let's get Matthew 10 real quick. Let's get Matthew 10 real quick. Oh, you know what? No, let's stay in Romans 9. I'll get that, and then let's get Matthew 10. Romans 9. Let's start from verse 1. Verse 3.
You said start at verse 3?
Yeah, con.
Romans chapter 9, verse 3. For I could wish that myself was accursed from Christ.
Okay.
For my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh.
So his brethren and his kinsmen, kinsfolk, your family, the same tribe, right? He said that he was a Hebrew of a Hebrew. He said he was a Benjamite too, as well. So my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are what?
Who are to whom pertaineth to the adoption.
No. Verse 4
Salak.
Right.
Who are Israelites.
So who are Israelites? People talk big about Paul, but he's talking about the Israelites. He's talking about his people, right? But the misconception is that he's writing to all these different churches, and you just think that it's all these different nations, and it's not really what that is. Okay, he's talking to his brethren and his kinsmen. He's not talking to the Canaanite woman. He's talking to his kinsmen, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the what?
The adoption.
Mm-hmm. And?
The glory.
And what else?
The covenants.
And what else?
The giving of the law.
Wow, the giving of the law. So we got a people that's given the law. In the other account, it said that their sin should be forgiven. Who could only sin? The people that were given the law. That's who could sin, is the people that were given the law, man. And he came to what? In Mark 1 and 21, he came to save his people for their sins, because in Psalms 147, it says the law was given to Judah. The law was given to Israel. In Deuteronomy 1 and 1, he's talking to the Israelites, Moses is. When they talk about the oath and the blood of the covenant, he's not sprinkling it on these other nations. He's only doing it for the nation of Israel. No, the Canaanite woman's not from the tribe of Judah. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that that's someone about snatching babies in the mom's belly. more powers. I'm saying that the Canaanite woman is not a Judite at all. I'm saying that she's a I'm saying that she is of a different nation. She's of a different nation.
She was
Okay.
a Greek.
Yeah, she's
She was a
now
Syrophoenician.
Syrophoenician, and we know that Galilee. It says Galilee of the Gentiles. So the northern kingdom was amongst different nations of people when you talk about the Lebanon and modern day Syria. Yeah. So I'm not saying that the Canaanite woman was Judah. I'm saying was he had mercy on the Canaanite woman because that's who we are as a people. That's what we're made as an image of. And that's ultimately why some of these nations is going to follow us because they going to know that we're really righteous and we really have the good judgment and the best judgment, especially when we're not chained to a Democratic or Republican party with an agenda. If we're just able to judge freely as a people, we'll probably be 9 times out of 10 right with our judgments because we got the true spirit of the Most High. These people, they lack empathy. And I'm telling you right now, Herod and all the other Grecians and Romans, they wouldn't have done for the Canaanite woman what Christ did for the Canaanite woman. Okay, so that's what I'm really talking about. Um, so hopefully everybody's been following along. The water for the participation. Let's see here. Let's see here. Get get Matthew's get Matthew 8:34. Get Matthew's 8:34 real quick.
This
I'll
is
be
the
right
book
back.
of Matthew. Okay.
Read it, bro.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 8, and verse 34. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Yahushua. And when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of all slack. They besought him that he would depart out of their coasts.
Right. So let's get Matthew 11:20. You know what? Let me go to the book of Matthews because this is real cool right here. Let's go real slow. Let's get Matthew. So we know that he's drawing crowds of people, right? But the issue is that his people aren't really believing though in the mission, in the miracles. You know, it's like a stumbling block for them, and he's really getting mad though. He's really getting mad. Okay, he's really getting mad. Because I know if the so-called white man found out that he was like the real true Drew, oh no, America's changing overnight. Oh no, no abortions allowed, no more. Oh no, we're the people. Okay, we're doing things right now. Hold on, you gonna see a whole shift. If they truly knew, you would see a whole different America. But they know that they're not. That's why they're trying to corrupt us because they want to keep this thing going until how long as it can go. Okay. Matthew's 11. Hold on, let's see here because there's something else that I want. All right. Yeah.
Can you just take your ass back in there?
Let's see. Let's get it.
You not once.
I'll get this. I'll get this, Aria. I'll get it. This is a Matthew 11:20. All right. Then began he to upbraid the cities wherein most of his mighty works were done because they repented not. All right. So he's doing these works, but the people aren't appreciative of it. And he began to criticize the Israelites because they wouldn't repent and come back and reconcile themselves back onto the Most High. Okay? Verse 11 and 21, it said, woe unto thee, destruction unto thee, Chorazin. Woe unto thee, Bethsaida. These are Israelite cities. For if the mighty works were done in you, which were done in you, so the miracles that I was doing for you in Israel, if they had been done in Tyre, in Sidon, you know, the place that I just told you that he didn't want nobody to know where he was. So that's letting you know right even in there that he wasn't really doing a lot of works in Tyre and Sidon where he found the Canaanite woman at. All right. They would have repented long ago in sackcloth and acid. So these Israelites are stiff-necked, they're stubborn, and if the Most High would have picked people in Tyre and Sidon, they would have been repentant. Y'all are just too damn rebellious. Right? But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the day of judgment than for you. Because he's doing the most for his people, and his people aren't appreciative. But he knows if he was doing those works for these other nations, oh man, they would hook, line, and sinker be on it. Hook, line, and sinker be on it. Okay? And thou, Capernaum, another Israelite city, which are exalted onto heaven, shall be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in you, in thee, had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day. So what I'm trying to say to you in Matthews 11 and 20 and 11 and 21 is that he could choose. Yahushua could choose another people. The Most High could have chosen other people, and they would have been better obedient. They would have been more obedient. Okay, but he's coming there for us. He's coming there for the children of Israel, and he's getting a little mad because they're not putting respect on it. You know, and he's thinking, man, I can go to you know, a different nation of people. I can go to Moab and these Asians, and I can heal the sick and the blind, and they'll worship the Most High, and they'll repent even though we didn't give them a law.
That's all right. Well, talk to us.
Right? But for our people, that's why he was saying, listen, y'all ain't gonna see no signs. Y'all ain't gonna see no signs. Y'all can't even see the miracles that I do. Y'all ain't seeing no signs, man, until that day comes. Until the morning day comes, man, y'all ain't seeing no signs, but I'm done with y'all. Basically, man, y'all are just too stubborn, man. If I was doing this in Tyre, in Sidon, or in Sodom, the mission would have been accomplished. I damn near probably wouldn't even have to die. Because y'all would have been repented and everything, and it would have been a kumbaya and everything. Okay?
I would have thought that I had some roses waiting for me. Yeah.
Pretty much at the end here. Let's get Matthews 10, 1 and 6.
You said Matthew 10, chapter 1, verse 1 through 6.
Come. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to get it. What did he say? Because we're talking about the Canaanite woman, though, right? What did he say? Because I'm not Yahushua. That's why I was so defensive, too, at the very end of the class. I'm saying the level is Yahushua, but I'm not Yahushua, right? What I'm more likened onto one of his disciples, right? And a follower of Christ, right? I'm like that. I'm on that level, right? So what did he say? And we're on that level. So what did he say to his 12 disciples? Read verse 5.
These 12 Yahushua sent forth, sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles,
These other nations of people that are non-Israelites, read.
and into any city of the Samaritans. Enter ye not.
Khan. So that's different nations, right? It says it right there in so many ways. But verse 6 says what?
But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right? Read verse 9.
Provide neither gold nor silver, nor brass in your purses.
So, I mean, when he's sending us out, man, we got to feed the people with this word. So if people want, anything other than this, I ain't supposed to carry no purse. What's a purse gonna do? What's me giving you now? Trust me, I got you. But for the sake of this and for the principle, I'm just saying that you got to give more and do more for people than just feed and clothe them. You got to give them eternal life. You got to give them a seed that can grow and that can plant in them. Okay. So he's saying provide none of these goodly things to aid or assist you or anybody else along your journey. So when we go about that Canaanite woman, like Yahweh telling me not to bring a purse, not to even worry about it. Because he said what? He said it what in 8. And verse 8, read up.
Verse 8, heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils.
Because why?
Freely ye have received, freely give.
Yeah, man. Freely you have received, freely give. First and foremost to your people, man. Because a gift spoil is the heart, man. Maybe the Most High knew something about our people that if we came there with all these material things, they wouldn't believe on the Most High. But there freely give, you receive, freely give, man. You receive the gift of life, man. I got y'all fishing. I got y'all from around the way, man, and I taught y'all about this eternal life, man, and about the mission. Okay. So I want you to go out and do the same thing. But don't go out to all these other nations, man. Go out to your people. But go out to your people with nothing. I'm talking about don't go out with two garments, just go out. Because what did it say? Nor script for your journey, neither two coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat. You understand? But it said what? To go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. So that's the mission. When we talk about the Canaanite woman, that's mercy. Along the way to the mission of teaching your people, you can show these other nations mercy, man. Because our God is merciful. But the issue is our people go overboard with this whole merciful thing. And you want to give a different nation of people access to your house, right? Room and board, if you will, arraignment, clothes, food, but then you turn your nose up at your own people and don't provide the same thing because of some reason, some trauma that we got as a people that we have to get over. That 1/3 of us have to get over, at least. Okay. But that's what this is all about, man. That's what this is all about, trying to get his people to repent and understanding that if this law was given to other nations, it would have been done already. And this thing would have been sewed up already. But he's dealing with a stiff-necked type of people, man. And he's upgrading them. And he's mad. He's been going battling the Pharisees and the Sadducees and all these different things, man. He's going through it, man, trying to save us. It's really a slap in the face, man. When you read Matthew 11 and 20, 11, 21, it's a slap in the face, man. Because it's saying, like, if this stuff was done in another nation, man, y'all be cooked. Y'all would really be cooked. If this thing was a free-for-all and we were just going to choose the most faithful just off the works, y'all would be cooked. Y'all would be cooked, bro. But the mission is to save y'all stubborn asses. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's what he was about. But along the way, he's showing different nations to people, man. Along that way. And that's really it, man. And that's really the class for tonight. Well, let's go back to the channel.
My grandson was best for Keisha. That means now she knows what's best. Okay, you do that, nephew.
And
Red ink. Wait.
go back, brother. Why did we go to Matthew? John the Baptist. Matthew 11 and 13. This is about the Canaanite woman, though. So it's not about John the Baptist. So I can do that one then. Oh, let's see, 11 and 13. I'm not sure. That's not what I'm getting at, though. That's something a little bit different. Though.
Again? Really?
No, his disciples didn't understand fully. All right, his disciples weren't really understanding it, right? So even when they were with the parable, right? Because remember, before they met the Canaanite woman in verse 7, I think it was in verse 7, they were saying, "No, Lord, don't even mess with her. Don't even mess with her." But she stepped up to him again, though, and refused to leave, and he dealt with it. But the disciples were on point, though. The disciples were on point, though. But yeah, but that's going into something else, though. That's going into something else. 128. You're right there. He said, "Don't go into the Gentile with many of his disciples." This Gentiles is non-Israelite nations. Gentiles is non-Israelite nations. And some of the Gentiles are Caucasian. Correct.
Whatever you say.
And Christ was talking about his generation, because we're supposed to keep the commandments perpetually. All right. So he's talking about us now, today, in the past, and in the future. Matthew is a happy piece. Matthew is definitely a happy piece. There's a lot there. But if you want, we can get into the disciples too as well. But this class is more about the Canaanite woman. And as far as us being precedent over the other nations and people. And if we do something for the nations, it's out of mercy, and that's after we deal with our people. There should be no reason why different nations of people are coming first before you. Because the last has got to be first. The first has got to be last. You feel me? But yeah,
Nah.
shit, non-typer.
You know this show is no good for you.
Bam.
You about your marriage. That's the real reason why you stopped the
The
show.
real life shit.
You're not even married yet. You know what? What you're not gonna do is come up in my house.
It's pleasant to meet you too, Mo
We are
Powers.
allowed to show mercy and grace to the So we are allowed to show mercy and grace to the Canaanite because we are not currently ruling in our own land, even during our Greco-Roman captivity with Christ. What I'm trying to say is that even in this land, put your people first. If there's anybody else along the way, this is why this is kind of disgusting to me. I don't know why y'all want to even help people that's not even dealing with you. They don't know your struggle. That's not even at where I go where Aria at. I don't see no white people over there. I don't see no white people over there. I don't see nothing. I don't see no nations over there giving a damn about us. So that's the real life part of this thing. Okay. But as far as the Canaanites go and the mercy and the grace, yeah, who else is going to show mercy and grace in this world? But the so-called black man. All right. Who else? Because I just told you the nations, they don't do that. They don't have that lack of empathy. They have a lack of empathy. They're not empathetic. They're not merciful. They don't have those qualities that a true king and a ruler are supposed to have, made in the image of the Most High. So yeah, what I'm saying is show mercy and grace to your people first, and then everybody else second, third, fourth, fifth, if you can. But you're supposed. This is about nation building. This is about nation building. I'm a Chicago Bear. What does that have to do with a Carolina Panther? What does that got to do? You know, that's what I'm trying to talk about. Anyway, no, we're not currently ruling in our own land. Right, because even in the time of Christ, I mean, we weren't ruling there. They were ruling over us. They were governors over us. You got Herod over there trying to kill all the black little children. You understand? So that's what it is. Just to paraphrase and just to redo this whole thing from Matthew 1:21, right? Jesus means Savior. People in Carolina say, "Hey, people in Carolina, don't do that. Don't do that." All right. The Panthers is my second favorite team. The Panthers are my second favorite team. All right. That's my squad. Bryce Young, hopefully you do good. But no, but I'm just trying to say, brother, like, listen, we got to carry up. We've done enough. We care about other people so much. All right. It's disgusting. We got to care about us now. We got to care about us. And that's what it is. And that's really what it is. I don't only want to, but that's what the mission is, right? To save our people from our sins. Right? Now, along the way, me and you are eating, right? A non-Israelite comes up to us and say, "Hey, can I have some?" Yeah. But wait until my other guy come through first, because he got to get a plate. Because we already had this thing organized with all of us. You just came up in here because you had smelt something good. You had seen the miracle, and you wanted to sneak up in here to see if you can get some healing. But you see, what we got going on here is we got people coming through. They got to get theirs first. Dude, that's what we not going to do is have brothers arguing and fighting because somebody come in here and took what was supposed to be yours. That's when keeping it real goes wrong.
So what happened this time?
Yeah, you got God in you. Yeah, you want to take care of other people. You got to take care of your family first, and the so-called black woman and child first, and the Native and Indian of Negro descent first. Canaanites Canaanites were black people, but they were a different type of black people, and they were into idolatry, though. Okay, they were into idolatry because remember, when you really want to go back, they had the same gods as Nimrod in them. No, I understand, and that's all good because I can get my sword sharpened anyway. Shoot, but anyway, no, but off the top, and what I know, Akkad. No, how about this? Noah gets dropped off, right? Boom, smoke rains, ark lands, everything dissipates. The land's back. Everybody gets off the boat. Everybody knows the Most High off of the boat. Nimrod ass got jealous, got mad that the Most High wiped his people off the face of the planet. So he starts to promote, starts the revolution, and now you got Sumer, ancient Sumeria. We're talking about the Fertile Crescent, Mesopotamia, ancient Sumeria, the ancient Akkadian, the ancient the Akkad or Akkadian, okay, Babylon. All these things are continuations of what the Canaanite people did. If you really want to dig deep too, no, it wasn't black on black because the Hamites are of a different nation of people. And that's why it said what I was bringing out. Hold on, let's see if I can get it. When Harad, hold on, let's get it. So, and when they were departed, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring word. For Harad will seek the young child to destroy him. So now that's not the same nation of people that we got, but they have the same complexion as us. And Christ was very dark too, so he could fit in. Remember, they confused Paul for an Egyptian as well, and they even confused him for Moses too as well. And remember, Joseph blended right in and was even, hey, listen, you're not going to be king of Egypt in title, but you are going to be in stature. How could you pull that off if you're a so-called white man? How could you pull that off? You understand, if you don't look like those people, right? But no, but you got to remember though, in Egypt they had their own deities too. They had their own gods and everything too. But anyway, you said is Yahweh a racist? Yeah, he's a racist. Hold on, Deuteronomy 32. Oh, let's get it.
You said Deuteronomy chapter 32?
Yeah, let's get 32. I think it's 8. Yeah,
Verse 8.
32 and 8. Watch this. It's beautiful too.
When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance.
No, you read that too fast, man. 3 words at a time. Go ahead.
When the Most High divided the nations.
So he divided the nations. That's racism. Read.
Their inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
When he separated the sons of Adam.
He separated. Go back. Read that from the top again. Hold on.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
He's racist, but he's fair though too. He gave all the different nations their own land. That's a terrible person, isn't it? Come on, man. That's not. Read it.
When he separated the sons of Adam.
So he separated the sons of Adam. So all these nations, different nations of people, they're separated. So of course, he's a racist in a way because he created the racist. See, racist, as far as you and me go, that's just some hateration type of stuff. But when you are a creator and you put on your creator mind, I like to draw. Okay, if I drew a blue man and an orange man, and I left to go to the bathroom, and I came back, and now I see a green man because they both combined without my permission. I'm gonna get kind of mad because I'm the creator. I didn't really ordain that to happen. I wanted to create, what I wanted to create. But that's the clay thinking that it's the potter. Um, there's so many different examples, man. There's some people that just don't want to be bothered with you in this life. I challenge anybody to just to say hi to white people exclusively. You're gonna get a whole type of different reactions. You're gonna get the type that ain't gonna say nothing to you, that's gonna put their head down. I can't believe this N-word's trying to talk to me. I don't want nothing to do with you. It's in the people, man. It's in the people, it's in the people. But the Most High is not race, is what we say. He created the races, so that means he is racist. Okay, that's what that means. Um, yeah, we kind of got a little bit beside, but I think that we was on track. I think that we was on track. Danny, feedback. Are you still, if you see Danny, if you see a black man that's wanting, that's in need, and then you see a white woman that's wanting, that's in need, do you think that God's going to be pleased that you dealt with the white woman before the black man, or that you dealt with the black man before the white woman? Right? That's the gist of it. No, it's not black on black. It's not black on black. It's Shem versus Ham. And that's what that is. That's what that is, man. It's a Shem versus Ham. So this white man, this so-called white man, is a new thing, man. Like Nimrod and all them, they're from the dust of the ground. You understand? Moses was black. Moses was black. In the Zonophar, it says that Ham was the progenitor of the dark races. If you go to Sudan, in these different nations, the phenotype of how we look, it don't look that. Idris Elba, he's from the UK. He's got the phenotype that we got. There's even some Nigerians that got the phenotype that we got because we do come from West Africa. That's like one of the last places we were before we came over here. So there's going to be people that still are people over there in the West of Africa that's got the phenotype. Now, if you go to Sudan, they do not. They look different. They look different. That's a different type of black. All right. That's a different type of black. But that might wrap it up. I want to think about what else. I want to look. Okay, so let me have to think. If a father is if his father heathen and her father Israelite, or if his father is a heathen. Okay. Hey. You. Okay. That was smart. That was smart. But that was good. That was good. I'm very sarcastic, so I like that. But at the same time, what drove you to want to even say that? What drove you to even want to even come up with this scenario in the first place? What's holding you back? Okay, that's all I want to know. That's what I want to know. Because I'm out here with the pale faces. You could listen. They like you more when you don't like them. I'll tell you that right now from experience. They like you more when you don't like them. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The more you try to join with, they gonna get you. But that's just from experience. Now he said, if a father is a heathen, and then because remember, brother's got a point. It goes by lineage, and not necessarily by skin tone nowadays. Okay. But back in the day, what Mo Powers was talking about is a lot of people had that black skin, but they didn't have this phenotype, and they were idolaters. Okay, in the land of Canaan, We probably don't got time, but you could see where they actually held child sacrifices. Okay, so they were doing that in that land. All right, maybe we might go into what they were doing and how it differentiated between us. Okay, maybe we could do the next class on that. But he said, "But for real, don't help a black man." All right. But for real, hey. But after you help him, I forgot who's that one dude, Gerald. Then if you see a little dusty Asian chick, you can give her a fortune cookie. Okay, give her a little crusty fortune cookie, and then give her directions to Chinatown. Give her directions to Chinatown. Remember, they have a town, Chinatown. Do we have a town? No, no, we don't got a town. They got little Ukraine. They got little Italy. We got the hood. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing too. I'm just joking, man. But hey, thanks for the material, man. Like this class was really just about your question and what the other brother had. So what I'll do is I'll try to answer your questions to the best of my ability. But at the end of the class, if y'all want me to do a class on something, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want me to do a class on something that y'all itching to hear about, I can go and study. You understand what's going on here? Okay, brotherly love. Let the brotherly love continue. All right. But anyway, hey family, that was the end of the class. I hope I edified y'all. I hope I got some things straightened out. We just got to be about our people. Everybody else can go to the wayside, man. And there's nothing wrong with that because we got the most issues. And the Most High said, Yahweh said he came for the sick. And we are the sickest. So I think that we deserve precedence over all the nations of the earth because we got trauma that hasn't been really dealt with. And it won't be really dealt with until the Most High comes back. Hey, man, Mo Powers, Danny, all the sisters, all the regulars, man, all praises to the Most High, man. Get the Most High round of applause, man. This was a great class. Tawada for being with us here today. Tawada for the Ariel for blessing us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, nah, don't that. Hey, look, all praise to the Most High. How you just broke down that class, bro. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give one more thing. How you just broke down that class.
Calm, brother. Hey, we just doing it with the ruach that we got, man. Everybody's a little different, man. I'm just, it's just the love that we got for our people in this city. You understand? Because they need us. They need brothers, man. They need us, man.
Danny Long Wolf.
Go ahead.
Now I was looking at the comments on Danny Wolf. Hey, Most High in Christ bless you also, bro.
What do you say? Read it out. Read it out.
He had said the water malak for the class. Most High in Christ bless you and our yeah.
Khan. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Hey, man, I don't want to hold y'all up, but y'all know y'all can't buy and sell tonight, man. So y'all gonna stay in the house, hopefully. Stay out of trouble. Okay? Don't stay up too late. But hey, we'll see y'all on the next one, man. Shabbat Shalom, man. All praises to the Most High.